Hi Igor, you alright?
How are you, buddy? Yeah, I'm good.
Brilliant. We really appreciate you giving us your time today, Igor.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Could you just,
yeah. Just a minute. Can you just a
yeah,
moment?
yeah,
My wife's closing the door here. The kids are screaming.
okay.
Okay, so let's talk, my friend. How are
Brilliant.
you? Thanks for the invitation.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Just so you know then, you're with myself, Ray, and my co-host Patrick. We're on the MMA Mental podcast. Can you just confirm, I don't want to come across as being rude, but can you just confirm the pronunciation of your surname for me, Igor, so I get it right?
My name is Igor Araujo.
Brilliant. Igor Araujo.
Araujo.
Brilliant. Okay, so what we'll do then, Patrick, you want to jump in first?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot for your time, Igor. We appreciate you coming on with us.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, your English from England is kind of hard to understand, but I will give my best.
All right. Well, you had a great showing on The Ultimate Fighter. You went 2-1. Your only loss was coming to eventual season winner Colton Smith. What was your time like on the show?
Yeah, that was, after the first fight, I got really bad because I had a tough first fight and I got a lot of elbows on my head and punches on my face. So I was like having a hard time in the house, like to sleep or to deal with this situation. So after the second fight, I felt it really bad again. I don't know. I was afraid about my brain or something. And also I had like a hard time, tough time because I was away from my family, my two kids. So I couldn't play good with the situation. And Colton, he's a great fighter, great guy, but he's an army guy. He used to that situation and he was better than me that day. And I'm happy that he won the show.
Yeah, well, you certainly put on a good performance yourself, and it's got to be difficult with being away from the family, and of course the
Yeah.
rigorous schedule, fighting to get in the house, and then fighting such a constant schedule. Now, you've been doing grappling for a long time, in addition to mixed martial arts. How long have you been in grappling?
Yeah, I first started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu when I was 20, like 12 years ago, and since 2005 I'm fighting MMA, but I'm still fighting grappling and Jiu-Jitsu championships. That's my background, so I'll keep fighting this thing. But right now I got a contract with the new event, and they will not allow me to fight any grappling championship or Jiu-Jitsu anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely love your grappling style. I love how you seem to just jump into these great triangles and arm bars. Tell us a little bit about your style and how did you develop it?
Yeah, first I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. I like I used to like to play with my back on the ground, with triangles or arm bars. But now the level that MMA is now is really hard to keep playing like that. I really like to this kind of technique, like arm bars, triangles, sweeps. But now the things are getting hard. The people are getting used to this kind of things, so they are trying to keep the fight standing up and all the time. And that's my jiu-jitsu background. Always when I'm fighting, I like to jump guard and try to sweep. And I have a good spider guard. And I could put it on MMA till now, but right now I'm trying to change my game and on MMA, but jiu-jitsu, it will be my style forever. And I like to teach my students the same thing, doing guard because guard is for smart guys. And it's not only jiu-jitsu and also MMA is not all about to be on top and smashing people with strength or this kind of things. For me, I believe too much in the brain and the mental part of the game.
Yeah, certainly. And speaking of all the submissions in your MMA record, you got a whole variety: arm bars, knee bars, arm triangles. Is there one submission that's your favorite?
I can tell you that triangle is the best one for me, it's the one that I love more, I used to like more. But I also like leg locks, but I used to have a very good leg locks before coming here to Europe. I first got here in 2005 And at that time, I couldn't have trained a hard sparring partner, so I used to train with my students, white belts, and they are beginners. So I couldn't like keep training the leg locks and things. So I forgot this part of the game. Now I'm trying to get back in this thing, but I love leg locks and heel hooks, this kind of things. But triangle for me is the best one.
Very cool. Now, are you still training at Greg Jackson's MMA?
Yeah, I'm still training. Right now I'm in Switzerland. I'm resting because the house was tough. I had to stay. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, since April. And then I got the phone call on June to go to the house, and I was there till on November or August, end of August. So right now I'm enjoying my family, taking care of my school. But I think I'll be fighting March. So as soon as I get the phone call with my opponent and the fight, I'm going to get back in Albuquerque and start training with the guys in Jackson.
That's excellent. Well, I'm sure it's got to be good to get back with the family. And
Yeah.
Ray, I'll go ahead and pass over to you. I know you're eager to talk to Mr. Araujo as well.
Thank you. Obviously, just firstly want to say, Igor, we really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. For me, like I told you, it's a pleasure, Every time you need me, just let me know.
Brilliant. I really do appreciate that. I wanted to ask you a little bit first. I wanted to know what made you move from Brazil to Europe?
Yeah, I was in Brazil working in the bank. I was a purple belt at that time. And then I had my first MMA fight in Brazil, like almost without any rules, and I won the fight and I got money to pay my rent. And after that, I was trying to get better, but then the striking game in the city that I was living at that time was not that good. And I started to talk with Alistair Overeem, by email and things, internet things. And then he invited me to go to Holland, and that's why I went to Europe, and I got here and I was training here at that time.
What was it like training with Alistair Overeem?
Can you repeat?
Sorry, Igor. What was it like training with Alistair Overeem?
Yeah, it was. When I got here, he was like in Pride at that time. He was in the. He was coming from his loss to Shogun.
Yeah. And
then I came here and I was helping him to fight, to help him on his ground game. And he was not that huge, He was just not a normal guy. He was always strong, but he was not that huge at that time. We could train very well, He could teach me a lot of good things in my stand-up, and I'm sure that I could help him a lot also, Today we are friends, but he's training Black Zealands and I'm training Jacksons.
The other thing I wanted to mention, obviously, you tweeted out yesterday that you've obviously signed with a new promotion. Do you want to go ahead and shout out who that promotion is?
Yeah, the new promotion is the WSOF, World Series of Fighting. They are promising a lot of things, and I'm trusting. I think so. It will be very good. They have like 8 shows to make this year in 2013, and they say that they're gonna try to make the double in the next year. So I got a pretty good contract, by numbers, the money, it's gonna be very good. Maybe it's better than the Tuffy winner, but and that's make me like to sign with them. I also got an opportunity to go to Bellator and another, and also a lot of small shows, and thanks God I got this contract with WSOF, and I'm very excited to fight there and to show the people how good I am when I get my family with me,
Yeah. So do you feel that the experience and the exposure of being on in the Ultimate Fighter house has kind of possibly led to this what's happening now with WSOF?
That's for sure, because before for me it was pretty hard to get a fight, because I never had a manager in my life, never. I always tried to get the fights for myself and by myself, and it was pretty hard for me because I have a huge record. I have 22 wins, and it was hard for me to find an opponent. And the people here in Europe, they used to come like 2 or 3 days before the show to put me in the fight when I was not ready. So I decided to go to US to try to get fights there. But I went there, I could not have any fights, and I just got this phone call to go to the Ultimate Fighter. And of course, it opens the doors for me, and the things are going well now.
That's brilliant. It just shows you what you get with hard work. You must have felt a little bit disheartened, like you're putting all this work in and you're not getting your reward. How nice was it to get the call from the UFC and be invited onto the Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, for me it was great. It was a great opportunity, but if I have the phone call again, I would never do it again. 2 weeks ago, I got another invitation to go to another reality show, and the money was way better than the Ultimate Fighter, and I didn't want to even know the money, the things. I just told the guy, sorry, but I can't, because for me it was a pretty hard thing. I think the Ultimate Fighter is good for somebody like Colton, because he's 25 years old. He's like 3 fights or 4 fights, I don't know, and he's like starting this thing. Thanks God he won the show, so he started good. But for a guy like me, like Igor, like Bristol also, can give the example of Bristol. It was pretty bad, because we already, I've got like almost 30 fights, Bristol 25 fights. We have also some now with 28 fights, and we couldn't do it good there because that's pretty tough, Normally, after the first fight, I just wanted to go home and to spend time with my family, but they put me in the van and they put him in the house. So the phone call, it was very good. I loved it, the opportunity that UFC gave to me. But if I could choose it, I would go straight to UFC. I think so. It's going to be way better, And I had this opportunity to go or to fight UFC or to go to the house. And my manager at that time told me to go to the house.
Yeah, obviously thought it would get you more exposure. What was it like training with Shane Carwin? Because he come across quite good on the show.
Yeah, that guy's just amazing. He was like a father for me inside that house. Because I used to be crying every day there. And he was always supporting me. Because I'm a very emotional guy. And he was always with me. And I'm his fan now, I really, even if he fights some Brazilian, I'll be with Shane Carwin forever, because he's a very nice dude, He put his best coach there and he gave his all for us, and that's what made me sad not to win the show. And he told me that he had me to win the show in the beginning. And of course, he told me that he's not like sad with the situation, but I know in the end of the day he's kind of sad because I couldn't give my best there. But he's an amazing dude, and I love him forever.
Yeah, he's certainly come across as just being there for everybody. To be honest with you, he just come across so good on the show. What was your teammates like on the show? You had a pretty solid team. It seemed like a lot of the people that were causing trouble were in the other team. So what was it like being in your team?
Yeah, I'm really lucky because I got in Team Carving, because the other team, they were like kind of messed up, They had like Ryan Nelson, he was not a good coach for the guys, He didn't care at all about them, And our team, we were like normally it's like if you get a strong captain, the soldiers they'll be strong also, and that was the thing, and he could like make us being together, every time. We used to cook together, to make the food, to eat together, to pray together, and the other team, they were kind of fight each other there, and that was a really bad situation, But Julian Lane, that guy who was always getting in trouble in the house, he's one of my friends, And I have friends with, I have good relationship with everybody right now, I'm still talking to them every time on Twitter, Facebook, and the team's like just training, just about training, but like I was sleeping in the same bedroom with Julian Lane, Michael Hill, Joey Rivera, Cameron Deflay, so I was like, the team for me was the guys who were living together. You know, the situation that Jim Carvey and Till Nelson was just in the training.
Yeah. You talked a little bit there about Julian Lane. I was going to bring up Julian Lane. Do you think that, like you said about, you found the pressure of being there and being away from your family was quite difficult, and you got quite emotional? Where do you think that he found it quite difficult, but rather than getting emotional, he got a little bit silly with a drink and then obviously got angry?
Yeah, Julian, he was having a hard time there because I don't know, man. He got the problems. I think so with his family back in his home. And also, he lost from the second match, I think. So, first one was San Alve. The second match, he took Bristol Marundi to fight, and Bristol's a pretty tough dude, you know. And after his loss, he was like lost inside the house. He was trying to make trouble, you know, with everybody. And he was trying, I think so, he was trying to get attention, you know, because once you lose in the house, the cameras don't film you, they don't care about you anymore, you know. So he was trying to show his ass to the people to try to get the shot in the finale, and he couldn't get it, you know. But he made good publicity, you know. I know that he's like getting very good money to fight in his next fight, you know, maybe more than UFC guys, and that was good for him, you know. But I hope somebody don't kill him in the future, you know, because if he keeps the same. Yeah, I told him, man, if you go to Brazil and you act like that during 1 week, they're gonna cut your head off. They're gonna send to your mama, man. And he's lucky because he's not in the Ultimate Fighter Brazil. He was in the US.
Yeah, we'll wrap things up shortly. But on reflection, can you pick a favourite moment during the season?
My favorite moment was when I won the first match. You know, I was very happy.
Yeah.
Because it was a pretty tough thing for me, because just 2 days before the first match, because it was like that, you know, they just called me 1 week. They told me, hey, Igor, today's Thursday. Do you want to come to do the Ultimate Fight? I said, yes. Okay, so come here on Saturday to make the medicals. And then we went there Saturday. We made the exams. They told us, okay, now you go home. We don't know if you are in. Okay, so you stay there. We're going to call you guys. And then it was on Monday. They told me, okay, you come on Thursday. So it was something like that, you know, and I had to drop my family and to send them back home on there because they were there with me like 1 day before I went to Vegas, and it was really hard for me, really hard time putting my 2 kids and my wife in the airplane. It was really, really hard for me, you know. I was like 3 or 4 days crying, like. And then when I won the first match, I was really happy because I knew that they would be happy too, you know. And after that, honestly, I didn't have any good times in the house because for me it was really tough thing, you know. Being away from my family, it was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Well, I just want to say we really, really appreciate you coming on today. It's been brilliant talking with you. Before we let you go, Igor, do you want to shout out any friends, family, sponsors, and also let people know about your Facebook and Twitter as well?
Yeah, guys, just follow me on Twitter, Igor Araujo, IGORARAUJO.
Do you want to finish giving your shout out? You've mentioned your Twitter, but you want to shout out any sponsors and stuff like that, just so you get to do that before we let you go?
Yeah, just thank to my main sponsor, Sniper Fightwear. And thanks for everybody. Thanks for the interview, guys. And I hope you guys have an awesome 2013. And follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is my name, Igor Araujo, JJ. And that's it. And Facebook, Igor Araujo. Okay, I hope you guys have an awesome year, you know, and everything's going to be perfect for us.
Brilliant. And you, Igor. And as soon as you know your next opponent, let us know and we'll tweet it out as well and let everyone know about it.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. As soon as I get it, I will let you know.
Brilliant. Thanks, Igor. Good luck.